What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Action Jackson, and in today's video, man, I'm gonna be giving you guys my breakdown on how we can beat the New York Giants on Sunday, man. Let's hop to the video, man. Let's go. So you know how in every video I like to start out with the injury report going on into Sunday. So I'm making this video on Saturday night, and Dorance Armstrong is going to be out again with an ankle injury. Amari Cooper will play. Trevon Diggs will play with his back. Zeke will play. Gregory will play. Ty Nsekhe is questionable. Carlos Watkins is questionable. Donovan Wilson is going to be out for another consecutive week with his groin. We're getting Keanu O'Neal back off of the COVID list and Bradley Anae, so that's going to be really, really solid for this game. So then there's that for the Cowboys. Saquon Barkley will play. CJ Board will play. I'm not going to read off everybody. Kenny Golladay will play. Peppers is out. Logan Ryan is going to play. Sterling Shepard is going to be out. Darius Slayton is going to be out. Caden Smith will play. Andrew Thomas is questionable. Leonard Williams will play. So far, man, that's the injury report so far. On Saturday, Sunday can be a totally different time because a lot of these questionables, they can be active, like maybe like a Carlos Watkins for the Cowboys, and maybe a Andrew Thomas might be inactive. We don't know. So, all right, man, let's go down to my takeaways, how we can beat the Giants, man. Let's get it. All right, man. So I always like to show the previous matchups between the teams and just let you know what's been happening the last 5 times we have played. So obviously everybody knows we play the New York Giants. They're in our division. We play them twice a year. So number one, it's not really it's a takeaway, but it's like it's off the field sort of takeaway. So I already know the national media is already going to say it. They've been asking Dak Prescott about his ankle ever since week 1, and they've been asking about his ankle the entire time during the offseason. It's fine. We know it's fine. But this is the game where that's officially when our season was derailed. So the NFL knew what they was doing, because normally when you play one division opponent, so let's say last year, the first time we saw New York, we played them in Dallas. Basically, we should have played New York this time, and then we should have played them in Dallas the second time we played them later on through the season. But the NFL knew what they was doing. They made it a Week 5 matchup against the Giants, the same injury he had before. So I feel like the Cowboys, they're going to come out here with a vengeance. Really, it's not Logan Ryan's fault that he broke our quarterback's ankle, but I feel like they're going to take that personal. Not because he did it, just because off of that play with that player with this team, that this is the reason why we were in the dumpster fire that we were last year. But last year was last year, so fuck last year, as Mike McCarthy would say, man. We're on to a new year. So I feel like Dak gonna come out here, he's gonna torch him, because the last time the Giants had seen him, we were starting to see that turn and that switch on Dak Prescott, that he was turning to that elite quarterback like we all known he was. But it just took a while because that defense was trash, and every single time it seemed like last year, every single time we had to get the ball, we had to score and be perfect. Kind of like how Kansas City is right now. We were like a lesser version of that because our offensive line was down and everything like that. So I just feel like the Cowboys are going to come out here with an added motivation just from what happened last year. They want to get this dub they want to get this dub for Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott wasn't able to finish off the game. Before he was carted off, he already had the lead against the Giants, and then had to take some late game heroics from Michael Gallup, Andy Dalton to Michael Gallup, and Zeke kind of rushing a touchdown and all that. So I just know that Dak, he's going to light up New York, man. The second takeaway that I have is to attack New York secondary. And I already know they're going to attack and they're going to test that secondary. So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but James Bradberry got interviewed by somebody from the New York Giants media, I'm presuming. And, they asked James Bradberry, what do you think of Dallas's potent offense, them able to throw the ball through the air and them running the ball? And then this man had the nerve to say that word, dink and dunk offense, and that we don't really press the ball like that. And I already know that Dak Prescott's seen it. He's not going to react on the media about it. No, nobody is. But we already know that we saw that clip. and Dak Prescott is going to test that secondary out, and specifically James Bradbury. We're going to have CeeDee Lamb is going to play. He's going to cook up James Bradbury, and it doesn't matter because Adoree Jackson is not going to be able to hold on to CeeDee Lamb. Just attack that secondary. The secondary is not that great. This is a team that we're going to get anything that we want as long as we just take care of the ball, like always. As long as we take care of the ball, and Dak Prescott makes the right decisions, we're going to be fine. But mainly, just test out that secondary. The secondary is not that great, especially since Jabril Peppers is going to be out. And then Logan Ryan is not going to be out. Logan Ryan transitioned from being a corner to a safety. So now they're really going to be really, really thin at safety. So Dallas just tests out their secondary. Adoree Jackson is not that great. James Bradbury, he's solid, but he's not locked down. So we're gonna be able to get what we want against them too. Then my third takeaway is Randy Gregory against maybe either Andrew Thomas or Andrew Thomas's backup. It was reported that Andrew Thomas has some sort of injury. I'm not really sure on what it is. But, obviously when I checked back on, obviously when I was going over the injury report, they said he was questionable. But then I also saw the report that he may not be playing. Well, it doesn't matter if Andrew Thomas is playing or not. The Giants, basically, we need to gain pressure on Daniel Jones is in essence of what I'm trying to say. Daniel Jones is not that great of a quarterback. He's not even that. He's just a below average quarterback to me. He's not that great. But what is going to get himself exposed is that he doesn't have a great offensive line. He doesn't even have a good offensive line. So this is really the weakness on their offense. We're going to be able to get home against New York with just our four, with Randy Gregory, Bradley Anae, Terrell Basham, whatever that rotation at DN is looking like. And then we're going to have Osa Odighizuwa, who's been balling out. Then you're going to have Brent Urban and then things like that. So, you're going to have a lot of ballers on that defensive line for right now. And we're going to be able to gain some key pressures on it and attack and go after and go get, and then, go on and go after and go get Daniel Jones. Plus, not to mention that we also have packages where we can send Micah Parsons up the A gap, and he can just line up directly over the center and just bull rush that center and knock him on his butt and go straight after Daniel Jones, man. So we're going to be able to get home on Daniel Jones, and we're going to cause havoc, and it's going to be a long day for him. We already know that. Man, so the fifth takeaway I have, to stop Saquon Barkley, man. So we're going to have to stop Saquon Barkley. He's one of their best offensive players on that team. You stop Saquon Barkley and you make this team one-dimensional. Because same thing what we've been doing. You gain these early and big explosive leads on these teams, especially to these below average quarterbacks. This fact. Well, my previous take was that we're going to be able to get home and gain pressure against Daniel Jones. This comes into the fact as well is that when we stop the run game of Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants, we're going to have to. And also with the run game, stopping Saquon, we also have to watch out for Daniel Jones because there's going to be a lot of design QB runs, QB draws, zone reads, things like that. So they're not going to do them as often because they don't want Daniel out there like that, because we already know he runs out there, he's going to get smacked up, and their quarterback situation isn't good to begin with. And then you definitely don't want to go to their backup quarterback if you're New York. So stop the run on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is still a dog if he cannot run the ball, because he can also go out there and pass catch, which I'm not really concerned about because we have Micah Parsons and Keanu Neal who can cover Saquon Barkley. I'm not that trustworthy with LVE guarding Saquon. Hopefully Jabril gets some reps out there, because I think we can also put Jabril on Saquon. So this is going to be really, really great. Testament for Dallas. Not really great because our offensive line for the Giants is trash, but to stop one of these solid running backs that are in the league. He has that potential to be great, but he just always hurt. That sucks for Saquon, but Saquon is going to be healthy, of course, like I said. But we're going to stop Saquon. I'm not really worried about Saquon. Just take care, stop Saquon, stop the running game, make them a one-dimensional team, have them to where that Saquon Barkley is going to be flexed out, and just we're easily going to put somebody out there who could stop him, and we're just eliminate Saquon Barkley. You eliminate Saquon Barkley, and he's not able to get big plays or run the ball and things like that. I'm telling you, he's not gonna. They're not gonna be able to mess with us, man. So, all right, man. So my last take for the Cowboys is just go out there and ball, but more than that, just take care of this team. I just laid out my ground of basic, simple football. Stop the run, make the team one-dimensional. Dallas is going to attack their secondary. The secondary isn't that well. If you have a lot of playmakers like how we do, it's going to be really, really tough. The Cowboys, we have a lot of explosive weapons, and the Giants, they don't have any linebackers who can cover any of our tight ends as well. So, we also have tight ends on our formation, obviously, but our tight ends, they actually have a factor in our offense. So they don't have linebackers who can really cover Schultz or Jarwin. And this is probably a possible game when Jarwin goes off, because Jarwin, he looks like a Hall of Famer sometimes. His stats against the Giants when healthy is ridiculous, man. So, we're going to have a lot of contributions from our tight ends. They'll have a field day because the Giants don't have a linebacker like that. The secondary, to me, isn't great. So you're going to have Amari Cooper having a day, CeeDee Lamb having a day. And I just believe that we're going to be able to run the ball as well. Yes, they're really stout against the run, but our offensive line has been playing amazing all 4 weeks, especially past pro week 1 against the Bucks. But if you look at week 2 against the Chargers, week 3 against the Eagles, and week 4 against the Panthers, those 3 straight games in a row, we've been having at least 150 plus yards rushing in each of those games. And I believe that this streak of this 150 plus run day is going to continue against the New York Giants, man. We'll be take pride in running the ball and passing the ball, but we also love running the ball. We established Zeke and Tony Pollard. It's just going to be a really, really tough day, and I feel like this is another Eagle-Panther sort of game where we lay it on them so bad. I believe that it's going to force and it's going to push Daniel Jones to make him want to force and make a big play. And all of this to say, really, is that I believe that the streak pick that's going to happen with the pick streak of Trevon Diggs is going to keep enforcing this week. I believe that he's going to have at least 2 to 3 interceptions this week. For sure 1, but it's going to be up to him whether or not he gets 2 to 3. Yeah, so I just want the Cowboys to go out there, ball, man, have a fun day. Hopefully both sides are healthy, but hopefully both of us come out healthy, but that's not necessarily always be the case, because, when you're coming out in these division games, the NFC, these are the games that a lot of teams wake up for. That's what's so funny, Sal, about the NFL is that your division rivals, they will fold and curl up in a ball against anybody outside the division. But once they gotta play each other, that's the time they look like a real football team. And this is, what I'm saying, like I already said before, these are games that they can get up for, and they really put all that hard work. They do an extra rep of bench pressing. They run an extra lap. They run that extra gasser. They do that extra 1 to 2 hour film study in the room. In the film room. So this is the game that that both sides, they get up and they really, really, really want to win this game. So, and I just believe that we come out here, we get a dub against the Giants. We improve to 4-1. We're going to take an early command on this division, and we're going to be 2-0 against the division. And then the next time you see any division opponent, you should damn near be 11-1, 11-2, 12-2, 12-1 or something like that. Like, you should have a really, really great record to where you can see these teams again. All you got to do is beat them. All you got to do is beat New York, Philly, and then Giants twice. That's 4 games. On to the 11 or 12 games, you already will be at 13 games or whatever the case might be. The 12, 11 wins you'll have when you play the division again. That the division, honestly, 10 games is going to get to the division. Basically, people are saying 9, but I think 9 will get it, but 10 will just seal it. So we come out here, we just got to win our division games, obviously. So yeah, man, Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.